WJOB Jed TV Veterans Views Radio Show. We are coming to you live out of Hammond, Indiana, the Strachan Van Til Studios on this beautiful, beautiful Friday morning. We are coming to you live on 104.7 FM and 12:30 a.m. And we have a wonderful show for you today. We can't wait to get into it. My name is Connie Karras. I am your co-host, and I am here with Steve Bramer. How are you, sir? How are you?
Good morning.
How are you?
Feels like it's been so long since I talked to you.
I think it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
But it still seems like a lifetime.
Oh, isn't it a lifetime,
missed you.
huh?
So
beautiful day.
It certainly is. It's a beautiful spring morning. The lilacs are still blooming. I'm going to be sad to see those going, and it's just a gorgeous day in the Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana.
A lot better
area.
than it was yesterday.
Yes. Well, it was still beautiful. It was
I don't
warm.
like heat.
You don't like the heat?
Mm-mm.
Hey, you know what my
I can deal
litmus
with the
test
cold
is?
every day.
Here's my litmus test if we're having a good day or not. Are bombs falling on my house? No. Ooh, I love the weather.
There you go. See? Look at that. I like that.
Yes, but we have
set the standard low, right?
Set it very low, very, very low. But we have a great show. We have, and you are so overdue for a visit. We have one of our most wonderful, wonderful contributors who are helping bring us into the 15th year here at Veterans Views Radio Show. We have Family Dental Care Network. And we are sad that Dr. Olemus could not be with us today, but we have the COO, Laura Pugh. How are you, ma'am?
I am excellent.
Good morning. Great. We can't wait to talk to you and find out what's going on with regard to dental care for our veterans and our greater community. But first, we have to thank the wonderful people who have partnered with us, our Patriot partners, into the 15th year of WJOB Jed TV Veterans View Radio Show. And Steve, will you kindly thank all of our wonderful contributors?
Yes, I will definitely. Okay, we want to definitely thank American Legion Post 16. They meet the second Tuesday at 6 p.m. at Munster Town Hall in Munster. You can reach them at 219-554-9166. American Legion Hammond Victory Post 168. They meet the first Tuesday at 6 p.m. at 6849 Columbia Avenue in Hammond. You can reach them at 219-937-4264. Calumet Breweries. 6535 Osborne Avenue in Hammond. You can reach them at 219-845-2242. Calumet Park Cemetery and Funeral Chapel, always supporting our veterans. Located at 2305 West 73rd Avenue in Maryville. Call for special veteran savings and complete burial packages. You can reach them at 219-769-8803 or at the chapel, 219-736-5840. Disabled American Veterans, DAV, Chapter 17. They meet the first Thursday at 7 p.m. at VFW Post 802, 5820 Holman Avenue. Disabled American Veterans, DAV, Chapter 80. They meet the second Friday in Cedar Lake at American Legion Post 261 at 13050 Washington Street in Cedar Lake. You could call them at 219-386-2282 to file for disability benefits. Disabled American Veterans, DAV, Chapter 102. They meet the first Friday at the Fraternal Order of Eagles at 805 Elm Street in Valparaiso. Doors open at 12 p.m. for claims. Meeting is from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Then claims will start again until they are done. You can reach them at 219-200-0404 or www.dav102.org. Labor's International Union of North America, Local 41, located at 500 Superior Street in Munster. You can reach them at 219-924-7922. Military Order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 721. They meet the second Thursday at 7 p.m. at VFW Post 802, 5820 Holman Avenue in Hammond. Family Dental Care.
Yes.
With 7 convenient Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana locations. Chicago's east and south sides, Calumet City, Crestwood, Evergreen Park, Oak Lawn, and their newest location in Munster, Indiana, at the northwest corner of Ridge and Holman Avenue. You could call them at 219-804-9329 to schedule your appointment in Munster, or you could go to www.familydentalcare.com. Ron J. Pressmer Insurance Company. You can call them for auto, home, and business insurance. They're located at 7207 Indianapolis Boulevard, Suite 1 in Hammond. You can reach them at 219-844-0103 or www.pressmerinsurance.com. Kuziak Construction.
Kuziak Construction.
Located at 1235 Summer Street in Hammond. You can reach them at 219-923-3007. You can also reach them at www.kuziak Construction.
Just rolls off your tongue, doesn't it? I just love it.
I can't not say it now. I mean, it is embedded in my brain now. The Dave Kuziak Show, it precedes Veterans Views and airs every Friday from 6 to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So be sure to tune in WJOB, Jet TV, 104.7 FM, and 12:30 a.m. for your Friday morning programming. And 988 is the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Yes, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, we cannot tout the value of that enough. You can call or text 988 at a 1 if you're in crisis.
I always forget about
yes,
that one
that's
part.
Quite all right. That's
right.
quite all right, Steve. The 1 connects you to a veteran for peer-to-peer, one-on-one, peer-to-peer support, veteran support. And it's in Spanish and English, and it's also a very valuable, very confidential 24/7, 365 resource, not only if you're in acute crisis, but it's also a referral service for people who need social services, families. So 988, it's confidential. Utilize it, and you'll be connected to someone who cares about you and loves you. And on that note, we have a Be the One to Save a Life American Legion program. It's virtual. Anybody can do it. You don't have to be a Legion member. Go to www.legion.org. You can sign up for it. It's an hour-and-a-half virtual program, training facilitated by a mental health expert, and it's based on the Columbia Suicide Protocol. You go into your communities, your legions and your communities, and you learn how to reach out to people, see the signs of suicide that are not always that apparent. In fact, they're the most difficult sometimes to see in those who are closest to us. So again, be the one to save a life. Go to www.legion.org. Sign up for that 1.5 hour virtual training. It's completely free. And before we get to our wonderful contributor Family Dental Care and talk to their COO, Laura Pugh, we have some important military veterans events, very important to talk about very briefly. It's Armed Forces Week, folks, and that was from May 12th to the 17th. So today at Mission Barbecue, you get a free, all veterans who are the Coast Guard of the Coast Guard branch get a free sandwich, and then Saturday, tomorrow, 5/17, every veteran from 11 to 2 gets a free sandwich. And going on right now, and Steve and I are going to be on the way to this after this show, we have this wonderful stand down going on. It's happening right now. It began at 9. It's ending at 1. So that's going to be at the Dean and Barbara White Community Center, 6600 Broadway in Maryville. It's a wonderful stand down, and for the first time ever, it's going to have a mobile dental unit.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So, and we can talk about that more. So, and that's the first ever for a stand down in this area. So, and then very important, we want to offer our respects. There's something worth mentioning. Something happened within the last 2 weeks in history that affected our country and the world. So, the fall of Saigon took place April 30th, 1975. That signified the official end to the Vietnam War. And 30 years later, on that very date, April 30th, 30 years prior to that, on April 30th, 1945, that signaled in the end of World War II. April 30th, 1945 is when Adolf Hitler and his then partner and only wife of one day took their lives. Adolf Hitler did it with a gunshot wound. Eva Braun did it with cyanide poisoning because they knew that they were not going to be winning a victory in World War II. So that ushered in the end of World War II, known as Victory in Europe Day, VE Day, May 8th, 1945. And let's have just a moment of silence for all the lives lost in not only World War II and the Vietnam War, but every war between and after and before. Okay. All right. So,
do you remember what I told you about Eva Braun?
I do not remember what you
don't
told me
remember
about
that?
Eva Braun.
So I talked to my uncle who was in the Navy, and he said that when he went overseas, he went to Germany, which is my family's name is from Germany. So he went over there just to see if he could find any family, and he did. He found some family. Come to find out, I am a distant relative to Eva Braun.
No way.
I do not remember you telling me that.
How crazy is that?
Goodness
That's insane.
graciousness.
I don't know if
Wow.
that's a good thing, but still, I mean, it's kind of cool to know, right?
Genealogy is interesting, though.
It is. My
Yeah.
family did genealogy as well. It's
Oh, I never
astounding
did
to find
genealogy.
out.
What's that?
It's where you go back and find out who you're related to, like what kind of ancestors you have. For that, like to find that out, that's so fascinating.
know.
That really. Let's talk. We should do a
That's crazy.
podcast just on that.
Yeah, that's
We
crazy.
we
isn't
should.
it?
Oh,
that
you
would
should.
That would be very worth doing. That.
You know what? I'll try to link it. I'll see if I can link it
Yes.
all the way to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And speaking of podcasts, I wanted
It's
to
not that far.
Veterans Views and all of the WJOB Jed TV shows now are on podcasts. So be sure to go to jedtv.com to access not only this show's podcasts, but all of the podcasts now that have been transitioning over to jedtv.com. The way to access our Veterans Views podcast, and there are now 8 that have dropped publicly, is to go to www.jedtv.com/audio.html. That's Harry, Tom, Mary, Lou. Again, www.jedtv.com/audio.html. So, and before we go to you, Laura, and speak about all the wonderful things that Family Dental Care is doing for not only our veterans, but our communities in the Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland areas, I want to say that today is International Day of Living in Peace. Every year on May 16th, the International Day of Living Together in Peace urges people to live in a united and peaceful way by listening to, respecting, and appreciating others. Following World War II, the United Nations began doing its part to build a sustainable world of peace instead of division. And to do this, the UN has encouraged countries around the world to promote reconciliation and unity. Countries can achieve this goal by working with communities and faith leaders to foster forgiveness and compassion toward one another. Reconciliation can also be attained when individuals find peace with themselves and with each other. And these are some tips for doing this. Seek to love others instead of trying to control them. Practice tolerance for others by appreciating their diversity and the choices they make. Walk away when you are angry or are trying to win over a conversation. Don't compare yourself to people. Accept other people the way they are instead of trying to change them. And imagine what a peaceful world we would live in if everyone put all of these tips into practice. So I want to wish everybody an International Day of Living in Peace.
I like
today
being
on May
angry, so I don't know
16th.
if I could agree with that one.
I think that's amazing.
Isn't that
I also
wonderful?
think it's sad I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's sad that I didn't know that until I was researching notable events for this show.
Who comes up with these
Interesting.
days?
So, well, this
How
is
does
this
that
is
figure?
from the United Nations.
Oh, so the United Nations
Following
declares
World
days.
War
So
II.
it's global.
Yes, it's global, and it's been happening. It's post World War II. And
What a
and
great
it's,
sentiment, though.
It is, and isn't it
beautiful.
sad that it's not something
I didn't
that's-
know about it
Yeah.
until right now.
Right.
Oh yeah, they're
Yep.
definitely
So
not
you're
being
breaking news for me
practiced.
today.
Breaking news. And you know what else? You know what else I didn't know? Let me tell you what else I didn't know, folks. So this is a Military Appreciation Month is May, right? There's something called, I had no idea, it's called Loyalty Day. It was started by President Dwight D. Eisenhower. It's observed on May 1st, but it's not observed any longer. It's to uphold Americanism and loyalty to the nation. And now we have Military Spouse Appreciation Day. We know about that.
Yeah, we
that
just figured that one out.
Yes, and I would like to extend an appreciation to Megan.
Yeah.
And we have Amber, our co-host Rocky, who's on a TAD, a temporary active duty in the Middle East. Amber, she's coming on the show next Friday, as a matter of fact, just briefly for this purpose
Yeah,
with
that's
our
awesome.
with our honor guard folks. So then we also have, we're not even done. There's Armed Forces Day, May 17th, and then Memorial Day on the 26th. So we have a lot going on in May. And we want to thank all of our service members in uniform, all who have died, paid the ultimate price, all who are still serving, and all who are discharged and or retired, sitting here and continuing without wearing the uniform to carry on the mission. So thank you for your service, sir, and thank you for yours
Thank
and
you
what
for
you're
your
doing at
service.
Family Dental for our veterans. Because I know you have a veteran special.
Yes.
And thank you, everybody, for your selfless service to our enduring freedom. So tell us, what's going on at Family Dental? It's been too long.
Well, we are going to break news on your show. So our
Oh!
8th office
I
will
love
be
surprises.
opening in the summer.
Oh, wow,
All
that's
right.
awesome.
So that's Evergreen Park, actually.
Oh, wonderful.
So our sign went up a week or two ago. So that's kind of when we go, it's official, the sign is up.
Yeah.
But we're really excited about it, and we're excited about it for a lot of reasons, but mostly because we're here to serve the community, we're here to serve our patients, and we don't want them to have to wait. We don't have to have them jam-packed, so they are going to have same great staff, same great dentists, same great specialists on staff. So we're really excited about that. So Office 8 this summer.
That's cool.
Excellent.
Yes, which we cannot do without all of our fantastic patients,
Yeah.
because it's really them who are helping us do all this.
When's the grand opening?
We're not 100% sure because we're still in construction. It will be in the summer.
Okay.
So we'll see. We want to do it right. We want to make sure everything's
Right.
taken care of properly to make sure we're giving the best possible high quality care that we're accustomed to and that our patients are accustomed to. So yeah, summer for sure. We'll just see when. But that's very exciting news.
Yes.
And I
Keep
do
us
want to tell
posted.
you something about doing this show. So first of all, I have so much fun every time I come here. So thank you very much for having us. And Dr. Lemus is disappointed he couldn't be here today. He's actually, because we're under construction, we got a lot going on. But he definitely wanted me to extend the special, keep the special going for the veterans. So as you know, we're offering all veterans the exams, x-rays, regular cleanings. All of that is done at no charge, and then 10% off on any other service that they may need. So since this show, I don't know the exact number, but we're well over 30 veterans who came and said they heard about us here.
Oh, that's
Wonderful.
awesome.
And they heard about that special here.
Yes.
Good.
And that's really close to my heart because you know how I feel about it. I do have a military family, and vets are very special to me. So the fact that they came in just because we came and talked to you about it, that made a big difference to me.
Yeah.
So thank you again for having us, and we were able to serve all these people. We hope we can continue to do that. So like I said, the special is still going.
Thank you.
So all preventative care, the exams, the x-rays, cleanings, all at no charge, 10% off anything else.
Beautiful.
So we're
Thank you.
very excited about that.
Yeah, that is
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
That is cool.
Look, there's only so much you can do in dentistry. You know what I mean? So the fact that we can do that matters. It just makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So, and they said, hey, we heard you on Veterans View. We heard about Veterans View, Veterans View, Veterans View. That was cool. So you're doing so much good just by doing the show. And I hope you appreciate that. And I hope you know that.
You wouldn't.
Thank you for supporting
you can't
us.
Absolutely.
realize how important dental has become to me in the past 2 years.
Tell us what you've been
What's
through.
happening?
Tell
it's-
us your dental saga here.
It's been one thing after another.
Oh,
but
that's the other thing about dental care. Like, it never ends. You always have to keep doing it. It's a lot of upkeep
yeah.
and an important upkeep.
And it's not considered part of a comprehensive well-being program. It's
Yeah.
insofar as the private insurance industry is concerned, and as well as the VA. They're just. I think we were talking about this the last time you were here many months ago. And again, don't let so much time pass before you come on.
I
again.
agree.
Yes, and be sure Dr. Lemus comes. I'm disappointed. We're disappointed we didn't get to meet him today. But we had Honor Guard folks coming, and the Honor Guard director of Honor Flight Chicago. Honor Flight. Honor Flight, Chicago Honor Flight. He could not switch dates.
Oh,
to,
no problem.
to accommodate Dr.
No
Lemus.
problem.
So I'm very sorry about that. But
We'll do it next time.
Yeah, we'll get him on next time. We'll come
Yes.
on in the summer. But as we were talking when you were here last time, I think how many veterans use VA dental benefits? Right? How many? It's a
In 2024, it was 804,000
was that
out of 18 million.
17%? Something like 17.
Wow.
Right.
804,000 had any kind of dental coverage through the VA out of 18 million. If that's not the biggest travesty you've ever heard, like this year,
Wow.
they're slated. It's right around 325 billion is slated for the VA or the whole veterans package. 1% is slated for dental care. 1% out of 325 billion.
Well, that blows me away.
And there's legislation to change that, correct?
That's right.
And go ahead. And I know that Family Dental is involved in that
Yes,
as well.
so there is one that passed in January. That was the Dole Act passed in January. How it's helping so far, I'm not 100% sure. That's where there's going to be more comprehensive care covered for dentistry, covered under the VA. And there's more to it than just dentistry, but obviously that's what I'm focused on. But it's not enough.
yeah.
It's just not enough. I agree with you, and I know you've heard me say this before. It is a shame. Whenever they split off dental care from medical,
Yeah.
was just absurd. I mean, dentists, actually, if you think about it, dentists are a misnomer. They're just a completely misnamed category of healthcare because dentist means you're handling the teeth. Well, that's part of it. But the dentist is handling the jaw. The dentist is handling the joints. Dentist is handling soft tissue. Dentist has to do oral cancer screenings. How is that not all covered under medical?
Yeah.
And if you really think about it in the long term, everything in healthcare is cost benefit, right? Like that's just the biggest thing in healthcare is what's the cost benefit, the cost ratio, things like that. Well, good oral health affects everything. So you're staving off very expensive problems if you have good oral health.
Yeah.
What's your story?
So I actually went to Family Dental Care.
Good.
And they did the exam, they did the cleaning, everything was really good. So then they told me what my options were, which so I've had a lot of problems with my mouth. And this tooth right here that's cracked. So I hit my face on a weapon when I was in Iraq. So I cracked it right down the middle, but it never broke. It was just you could see the crack and that was it. So finally it cracked, but over the years, it's just, things keep breaking. So when I would go to the VA, they would do, okay, well, we got to do root canal.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, so this one's root canal, root canal, root canal. So then when I would go back, like 3 months later to get the permanent cap on, oh, it's too degraded. We're going to have to pull it.
You're kidding.
3 times he did that to me. So by the third time, I was pissed. I left it in there. I was like, nah. The little nub I kept in there just so I could keep it. So finally,
So hold on. I don't mean to interrupt. So they
yeah.
did the full root canal treatment on 3 separate teeth. And then all 3 times told you at the restoration process, it's got to go. Wow.
because the appointments are so long, so far out, that it wasn't. So I stopped going to VA for like 2 or 3 years. Then when I tried going back, I switched my care to Jesse Brown. And when I tried going there, the first time I tried going, their X-ray machine wasn't working, so they couldn't do anything because they did the oral exam, but without the X-ray they couldn't do nothing. So then the next appointment was canceled. Next appointment was canceled. So this
at Jesse Brown.
yeah, this is in the span of like 8 months. This all taking place. So then finally I got my appointment. So now they're finally working on it, but they've pulled so much now. Now I don't have no back teeth here, no back teeth here. Like it's just, and I was like, dude, I'm not no more. I'm not pulling no more. Like, well, we might have to. I'm like, then it's gonna stay. Like I don't care. Like I'm not doing no more. So, and that's my question. What can somebody do if the VA's pulling all their teeth? Like, is there a solution to that?
Well, for anybody in our area, especially vets, the solution is come in, let us do a full set of x-rays and a full exam for you and give you those options because, again, we're doing that for vets at no charge.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor. I don't want to speak as a doctor. What we do at our offices is give options, and we say, here is what we recommend, but the whole thing is let's have a conversation with the person. Like Dr. Limas likes to say this all the time. You don't talk to teeth. You're talking to a person.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
like that.
let's
Yeah.
find out, what do you want? What are you trying to accomplish with your oral care? What do you want? Because there are options, and it's important that everyone knows there's options. Now, again, I don't like to speak as a doctor, but as far as your question goes, which is a little bit different with in the VA system, but I would recommend having other doctors who specialize in this, so you can get oral surgeons, periodontists, different specialties, to look at your x-rays and go, are there options? And one big thing we like to say is like, okay, if it were my mouth, this is what I would do. Because that's an important step too. But again, we don't talk to the teeth, we talk to the person.
Yeah.
And I think that's a problem in the VA system, is it's more mill-like.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, instead of talking to the person, they're just going, this is what you need, this is what you need, this is what you need, and doing it.
That's exactly how it is.
Right.
Yes, that is exactly
And
how
that
it
is the difference between that kind of system and private healthcare
Yeah.
and a private office that's not funded by the feds, let's say,
Yeah.
which is really us, but, you know. That's a different conversation for another day.
Oh, that is. Let's have that conversation when you
Yes.
come back on with Dr. Alemis. But I want to open up the phone lines, too, for folks who want to ask you some questions, too. So we're going to open the phone lines now. The phone number here now to call in and ask Laura Pugh, the COO of Family Dental Care, your dental questions is 219
845.
1100.
219.
845.
1100. Oh, teamwork makes the dream
I'll do
work.
it again. Next time better.
Let's do it now.
219.
845.
1100. So give us your
I'm
questions
a
for
trip you
Laura.
over do it in
Yes.
Spanish next time.
Let's do it in Spanish
Oh, dear.
right now.
That I wouldn't be very good at
Dos, uno,
9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ocho.
Octo.
8. 8, 4, 5, 1, 1, 0, 0.
Thank you.
Look at that. You learned some Spanish today.
We did that once on another show, too.
Yeah, we
Yes,
did.
we should start doing it actually in Spanish. Because,
Steve, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So when you were getting all your dental work done at the VA, how long, you said months in between.
Yeah.
So average from the first time you call to the first appointment, the average, according to the stats, is 59 days. Does that sound right to you, or was it longer?
Mine was 5 months.
Wow, for your initial appointment.
Yep. I made it last year in the summer, and I didn't go until early this year. Yeah, early this year.
Wow, that's wild.
And the reason why I switched is because, I'm not saying nothing, but I stopped drinking Mountain Dew because I was being told that was such a bad thing. But when I went in, I was asking about implants.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh yeah, the VA does they do that. You'll get denied. But yeah, you could. And I'm like, why would I get denied? Well, you drink Mountain Dew. You have to get approved to get the implants. I could quit. Like, I could stop drinking Mountain Dew if that's that big of a problem.
Right.
But I I wish I would have said that at the time, but I didn't because it's a doctor. I'm sitting there. Oh yes, doctor. Yes, doctor. Whatever you say, doctor. But that stuck with me because I feel like that after that they treated me different.
So, I mean, I happen to agree. Drinking Mountain Dew is not going to be good for your teeth. Any sugar is not,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the greatest thing you can do. But, okay, fine. But you're telling me then they're telling you that the necessary treatments may be denied because of a lifestyle?
Yeah. Imagine that.
I don't even know how that's right.
It's not legal.
It's not.
is it?
Yeah, exactly. How could that possibly
No.
be? That would be like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. You're wearing a black cap today. Sorry. Go to the door. We're not allowed to see. No, we don't treat people with blue T-shirts.
You know
That's
what?
crazy town.
So what that is that's like, and I hate to put it in this perspective, but that's like me smoking, okay, and then me getting lung cancer and going to
Yep.
the hospital. And they're like, we're not going to give you chemo. You smoke cigarettes. Like what? Like
That's a very, very good analogy.
it's crazy.
It's the same thing.
It is.
In fact, wouldn't you need care more because you have other things like, okay, tell me who did not drink a bunch of sugar when they were a kid. I did.
Right.
know.
I mean, I'm not going to pretend
eat it.
otherwise. Yeah, you're chomping on it.
Right.
I had this heartbreaking thing. It's heartbreaking to me, but I care about this so much that people go through a lot to get their teeth fixed. It's not just, like it would be awesome if you could wave a magic wand and go, great, now you have all your teeth and they're all solid. That would be awesome. Unfortunately, that's just not how it works, right? So we had this patient many years ago, and she had a lot of work done and just great, beautiful lady, had all this work done. And then she came back a few years later and we go, where have you been? You disappeared on us because preventative care is so important. But she, she had a lot of things going on. Whatever, doesn't matter. She disappeared on us. And she had needed all this other work done. And we go, what happened? And while she's talking to us, you can hear a little clicking, 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 clicking. So she sucks peppermints all day, every day. She just sucks on peppermints all day, every day. So, of course, things deteriorate. And she didn't keep up with her regular preventative visits where you come in at least every 6 months, do the exam, do the x-rays, do your cleanings. Like, it's one of my least favorite phrases in the world. It's like, oh, just a cleaning. You're coming in for just a cleaning. No. The cleaning is going to prevent other bad things from happening.
Yeah.
So there's no such thing as like you're just having this done. Sure, it's one of the nicest procedures you can get done in dentistry, but it's not just a cleaning. It's imperative that you come in for regular visits.
Yeah.
But that broke my heart because she sucks on peppermints. Yeah. It's like, come on, we just did all this beautiful work for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? But here's the thing. We didn't deny her care because she sucks on peppermints.
I know, right?
I mean, that's crazy.
I know. My daughter just went. She just had her braces removed. So now, because I'm learning.
Did
from
you make it a big deal? I hope you made it a big
man,
deal.
it's
How old is she?
Is she 18 now?
Okay.
Yeah, she got him off 3 months ago. One day before her birthday.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is so special.
Yeah, so she was stoked, and then now she has to have like these retainers that she wears. Well, okay, so what's the point of the retainers after braces?
So, well,
I thought that's what
you want to
braces
make
are
sure they
for.
don't move again.
Oh,
You
so
know what I
they
mean?
can?
Theoretically, yes. But here's the thing.
Oh.
I can't speak very well to ortho
Yeah.
because we don't do traditional braces. So that's something we do. That's like the only thing we refer out is traditional braces. It's great technology. It's a great thing for people to have done. But it's really to make sure everything stays straight so they're not moving anymore.
See, I didn't know that they can move afterwards.
Yeah, it's a bit. It's a bit. And everybody's case is a little bit different. My niece just got her braces off too, and she's about to graduate 8th grade.
Oh, that's
And that was like a big thing for her. Like
Yeah.
get the braces off before she goes to high school, which I don't think is a big deal, but people have ideas. I know plenty of adults who get braces. So, but that's
Dude,
exciting.
braces
for her.
is like a thing online for some reason. I mean, people actually wear fake braces. I don't know if you've seen that.
What?
Yeah,
It's like
tell
a
us about
cool
that.
thing to do.
yeah,
Fake? What is?
yeah.
Explain.
They buy the things and they put them on, and then they
Where are they getting these? Like kind of online?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. It's like a cool thing.
Like wearing
Goodness.
glasses that you don't need.
Yeah,
No kidding.
yeah.
It's so weird what becomes popular.
Yeah. But
These
gosh,
kids,
that's
man.
that's taking from legitimate professional medical care, and that doesn't sound like it's that great a thing.
Well, I mean,
right?
think about if
Yeah.
if they really do need it and they got
Right,
fake ones
right.
on. They're like, oh, well, you're done. You're good. You got braces on.
I mean, they're not gluing them.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't let my daughter do it, but
That's
me Google this.
wild. I mean, if they're like, I don't know, sticking them on it like a sticker.
I'm not sure. I don't know if it's like a mouth guard to look like it, or I don't know. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure how they do it. But
Well,
yeah,
I
it's
definitely
like a
don't
thing.
recommend that.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess the stigma of braces is over.
it's like the grills that people
Right.
wear.
Right.
I guess that's kind of like a thing too. So.
$49.99 smile kit.
Wow, that's pretty cheap.
Anything we can envision, we can buy on the internet. Oh my word!
You know what the wild part is, right? The wild part of that is somebody sat in their garage and they're like, you know what would be a great idea? Let's make fake braces and just make it like the cool thing that kids are doing these
Yes.
days. And then, well, they're making $50 a pop or whatever. That's crazy.
Yes.
So, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yes.
I think the reason that's becoming a thing is I think that's it makes women look like little girls.
Interesting.
That's my theory. I don't know.
So
but
it's
I
not
think
just the
that's-
cool kids doing it. Adults are doing it.
That's who is mainly doing it, is adults.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they
Because
wearing?
my daughters,
Are they wearing pigtails?
They
too?
watched.
I mean, I
think so.
jest, but
I think so.
that's
Now you think about it,
interesting.
a reason why I saw that is because my daughter was showing me. And she's like, I want braces. She's 8. I'm like, well, we'll see.
Right.
Like, we'll see if you need them. But no, she wants
If you know a
braces.
professional diagnosis that's what's necessary, sure.
Yeah. And I was like the first kid I ever heard of that wanted the braces. To me, they came up, they asked me for them, but she wanted them. I'm like, I don't know if your teeth need them, but we'll see. We'll see what the dentist says. Because you can't get them until you're 12, I think it is. So
It's 12, right?
I'm not
think-
I don't want to speak out of
Anyway,
turn.
It's
I don't
probably
know that
not.
for sure.
I would think it's probably not a one size fits all anyway, right? Would it
Braces
be-
aren't at all.
right.
No.
So it'd be not
You
just
definitely need
one
an orthodontist
black and white
to-
age, right?
yeah. Well, Kaylin had to wait until something. Yeah, I'm not sure.
You know, the thing with that, though, too, is like, here's what happens a lot, unfortunately. People get braces put on and think they're good. They just have to go get their braces checked. But that's not actually accurate. You still have to go to a general dentist and get all the preventative care still done. You can't just put braces on. I mean, of course, you're going to the orthodontist
Yeah.
who's checking that, but that's their specialty. You need, a general dentist to do your regular checkups, your regular exams, your regular cleanings, because that's still needed. I mean, we've seen some unfortunate things where people have braces put on, and it's like, okay, well, that's great, but can we take care of your natural teeth and what's actually going on with your natural teeth? Like maybe we can do some fillings to get rid of the decay, do a regular cleaning, make sure there's no gum disease, things like that.
Yeah.
But that's why it's important to also have comprehensive care, which is something we strive to do at Family Dental Care, is make sure it's comprehensive. Like you have a root canal specialist, they're called endodontists. The root canal specialist is looking at one tooth, like probably what you had done. I mean, you had the root canal. I don't know if it was an endodontist. It probably was. But that's their job, is to look at that one tooth. Okay. And their job is to save that one tooth. Mm-hmm. That's their specialty. And you need those specialists. A periodontist is going to look at all the gingiva and look at the gums and make sure that's healthy and do all the things that are necessary to keep them healthy. So everyone's got different specialties. And you need them all. And they're all extremely important. But it needs to have like a Dr. Lemus is a big fan of saying this, and he's correct. The general dentist is like the quarterback.
Okay.
They're the ones who are going to direct the whole thing, so you have good comprehensive care. So you're not just looking
I
at
like
one
that.
thing. You're looking at you're looking at the person as a person, and how do we make sure we give you the best possible outcome for the whole mouth, and that's important. But that's where you get these subspecialties, which are vital, super needed, super important, and they do amazing work. Actually, going back to the dentistry covered under healthcare, So we have an oral surgeon. Our oral surgeon's also a medical doctor. And not all oral surgeons do the extra part to get to be a medical doctor. He did. What he's doing and what oral surgeons are doing, why you have them on staff at hospitals, like why you need that, and that's not covered under medical. That's just wild.
Yeah.
Like he's a medical doctor doing things in the oral cavity to get a patient healthy, and that's not covered under medical.
We have a broken medical system, and this is just but one symptom of it.
That's right. And that's, exactly. One aspect, which this is probably not the platform to talk about how broken all this is, but just from my profession of dentistry, it's critical. Like our main thing is let's get everyone to smile. Like if you had to put it in a nutshell, like what are we trying to accomplish with everybody who walks in our door? Get them to smile. What does that mean? It's different for every person.
That's crazy.
So, but like
That's
what's going to make you smile?
That makes so much sense.
Right? What's going to make you smile is not going to be the exact thing that's going to make Connie smile.
Yeah.
It's just different things. So you say, obviously I'm making this up, but you say, okay, I'm in pain. You come to us because you're in pain. We get you out of pain and you leave and you're not in pain. Are you smiling? Of course, because that's what was needed for you. Connie comes in and says, man, this one tooth's been just kind of just annoying to me. Can you fix this one tooth? We fix this one tooth. Connie leaves and she's smiling. Again, going back to why you have to talk to the person, not the teeth.
So, you bring up a good point, and the way the VA is and how they're so reactive to things, okay? This tooth that's cracked, okay? This has been cracked since last year. And every time I go in there, I tell them, I want to get this fixed before it gets worse. We have to do a root canal. And it's still there.
Does it bother you because it's cracked, or does it bother you because you're in pain?
It bothers me because I know I've been here, and I know it's going to keep getting worse because it's open now. So I want them to close it, but they're not closing it. And that's what's making me mad because I already know I'm going to have to go through a root canal now when they finally get to it. And then what? And then they're going to, we're going to have to pull it because it's degraded too much. Like, no. Like, I'm tired of that.
Right. So are they just...
So you know what? Okay, I got a question for you.
Shoot.
Okay, so when this was going on, I asked them because when I went to Family Dental, I told them I'm trying to get this through the VA because obviously it's going to be
of course
free. We're there, right? I was like, if I could get this switched to community care, can I come back? They said, yeah. I was like, okay. So I tried that. They denied it. They denied it twice.
The VA denied it.
Yeah. How do I get it to community care? It was past. It was 3 months was the appointment at this point.
That is a very good question. I'd have to do a little bit more research on that because, and here's again the problem with this whole system. It's everybody qualifies for different slivers of things depending on what category they're in. Meaning veterans. Like it's all about if you're in this very small group of people, you can get X amount of coverage. If you're in this other sliver of coverage, do you have type 2 diabetes? Do you have this? So it's all when were you discharged? Did you apply within the 180 days? There's so many ridiculous things.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. It's so subcategorized. Like I read this to make sure I know what I'm talking about when I come on your show. And I'm going to tell you what, I think I'm a pretty intelligent person. I'm lost. How can you guys navigate it?
Wow, that's telling.
Really, how do veterans navigate? I mean, this is my field.
Yeah.
And you're just reading it. It's like, you know what you need? Show me what, besides the fact that comprehensive dental care should be covered for every veteran, which to me that's just this no-brainer basic intelligence would say, yes, let's make sure all veterans have good oral health care because, again, that goes back to you're going to solve so many other expensive problems in the future or you're going to avoid all those problems. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, let's not pay for all this diabetes medicine. Let's not pay for heart disease. Let's not pay for all these things that you're going to get if you don't have good health care or good oral health care, right? Again, cost ratio. But it's so difficult to navigate the system. And I'm sure you guys know far more about this than I do. I'm looking at it from the lens of dentistry, and it's hard for me to understand.
Yeah.
I think bureaucratolese is intentional to make it difficult in order to get.
Sure.
So it's
Sure.
in the private sector, it's in the public sectors, and we even now, Steve and I realized this just yesterday, we just saw the VA. Remember we talked about this? We did a podcast about this just yesterday. The VA now, because of poorly trained folks, I have the article here now, but I'll just say what's in it because I know what's in it. But the people at the VA, they're just apparently now discovering, have been poorly trained, and they do not know how to process the PACT Act, the 2022 PACT Act, toxic exposures. They have not processed, they were not trained to process them properly. They did not process them properly, and now there were overpayments and underpayments. And that is going to, and now with the projected by the fourth quarter and at the end of 2025, the end of the fourth quarter of 2025, the projected total of 83,000 firings at the VA. Not only are they getting rid of people who do their jobs well, because they're just doing it willy-nilly, they're getting rid of people who do it well, they're just blindly firing people, but now they're finding the folks that they haven't fired oftentimes are not trained properly. Now we're going to have them have to fix those incorrectly processed applications for disability, and then you're going to get rid of an additional 80,000 people on top of that. Please tell me how this is going to make the VA more efficient. So DOGE is not the Department of Government Efficiency. It's the Department of Governmental Inefficiency insofar as at least this instance is concerned. So not only is it difficult to navigate the system, now we're finding people who haven't been trained to navigate it for us at the VA, and then they're going to get rid of people who do navigate it well with mass blind firings and a total of 83,000 reduction in workforce. How are we going to make sense of any of this? So what's the fix here, honestly? Is there a fix? I don't know. Very difficult to navigate.
I think all fixes, whatever the topic is, whatever the subject may be, you need a lot of voices. And you need a lot of voices. And I was telling you this last time with this legislation for dentistry covered for veterans, right? And I'm very passionate about this, but I'm very passionate about the fact that you need a lot of people to stand up and say something's wrong. Let's put pressure where pressure is due. I am a big believer of it starts locally. And like the American Legion, I read a lot of the articles that they post because they do a lot for keeping you up to date with what legislation's going on. And they have links.
Yes.
I think they do a great job.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, I saw an American Legion. That was where we got that story that I just read. It
Good.
came through American Legion feed.
Good. So they have all these articles. They have these links. It links back to you can read everything that's going on. But they also post, here's who to contact. Here's who to, send an email to. Here's where to go and say, look, this is not okay. We need to have, again, I'm just going to speak to my subject. We need to have dental care covered under the VA for every veteran, not 800,000 out of 18 million.
Yeah,
like my brain cannot compute that.
I can't believe that number.
It's like
That's
saying,
crazy.
okay, you have 100 kids, but only one needs to have a pediatrician.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane. How is it any different? It's the same thing.
It's the same
You
thing.
all served.
Yes.
You all served. And
Amen.
I'm very, very happy to pay my taxes to those who serve so you can be taken care of. And it's mind-blowing to me.
Thank you. That's being quite a model citizen. I appreciate it. We have a caller, and hopefully somebody has a question for you.
Sure.
Go ahead, caller. Good morning. You're on WJOB Veterans Views Radio Show. Good morning.
Morning, WJOB, from the sunny side of Indianapolis.
Well, good morning. We only
Good
have
morning.
Good morning, Lisa, our wonderful,
doing?
wonderful United States Air Force advocate and our lifeline to the State House. We only have a few minutes. Tell
have
us.
a
Give us an
question.
update. Yes.
Well, I have a question. In your opinion, if there was one change made to the VA benefits administration process and one change for VA health care, what would you choose?
Laura?
I'm having a hard time hearing her. Can you repeat her question?
Oh, is it too low? Do you
I
need
can
it?
barely hear it.
Could you adjust Kemper Laura's headset? Stamp a little bit more. That's my headset. Yeah. Keep trying. Is
Okay.
it louder? Okay.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, Lisa, do you mind repeating? Laura didn't hear your question.
If you could change one thing under the Veterans Health Administration and one thing under the Veterans Benefit Administration, what would they be?
That's a great question. From my perspective of dentistry, I think if you make it very, very, very simple, where you say, okay, this is how you apply, this is how you can get covered, and make it very simple for all veterans to get basic dental care done. And then once you get basic dental care done, then you can start adding more advanced procedures, more different, different things like implants, which becomes more advanced, but at least get the basics done where you can get everybody healthy. I would advocate for that first. As far as healthcare in general, that's a bit of a tricky, broad question, but I think you have to cut out a lot of red tape, a lot of bureaucracy on it, and make it where you can easily understand it. And again, I would cover everything under veterans medical. And to that point, in order to provide good service, and in order to do that, why don't we do it where there's some kind of, a lot of professions have this, where you go, okay, you need more dentists to take care of veterans.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of programs for doctors, medical doctors, there's with lawyers, they have this whole thing where if you go, okay, you will subsidize some of your education and some of your tuition, but then for 4 years you have to practice at the VA. Why don't you do that for dental care?
Right.
Get dentists excited to become dentists for
I didn't even
veterans.
know that was a thing.
It's not in dentistry, but why wouldn't it be? It could
should be.
Right.
It absolutely
That's a really
should
good one. That's
That is
a
a good
really
one.
good one.
be. Right?
And
I mean, I think
They
that's...
haven't-
Go ahead.
they haven't provided dental care, for all veterans, and so they haven't seen it as a priority, so they haven't done that. But that's something they could easily do to offset the cost of dentists. People going to dental school. A lot of times that's a deterrent.
That's right.
It gets veterans some continuity of care when their dentist has made a commitment. And we do it in the military for our officers, for our doctors. We do that when they're active duty on their contracts. So why not do that for doctors at the VA? And dental care, I consider to be medical care.
That's right.
And it's like mental health care. That's health care. Dental, if your teeth are bad, you are susceptible to so many things. And it helps with self-esteem, everything. And so that's important for veterans, for their livelihood, for their mental health, for their health care. And so thank you so much for advocating for, dental care for all. Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you, Lisa, for calling. We appreciate it. We hope you can call next Friday with a legislative update. And thank you so much for all you're doing for us, all your advocacy in helping us. We'd love to talk about SB1 with you next Friday.
Sounds great. We'll talk about, now it's Senate Enrolled Act 1, and we're working on a fix for the spouses of our deceased disabled veterans on property taxes. And maybe by next Friday I'll have an update for you, because you know what I'm hearing from the State House now? Crickets.
Not surprisingly. And I kudos to you for your patience with all of that stonewalling and ridiculousness.
serious-
So thank you.
how
And we do
serious-
have to. I'm sorry though. We do.
Well, I got one question.
Yeah, we do have to go.
How serious are they about the toll roads?
Okay, we can't get into that. We
I
honestly
just want
can't
to
right
know.
now.
Yeah, we can. It's
Well,
got
we
6
actually know we
minutes.
have somebody coming on really quick. We only have 5 minutes, and we have to announce
We'll
some
post
events.
it on. Send me a message, Steve. I'll post it on
Yeah.
Facebook.
We
Okay.
have to go. We really do
All
have
right,
to go.
sounds
'cause
good.
We have
a
somebody
good
here.
weekend.
Thank you so much. Call next week, and thank you so much, Lisa. Now we have actually. That was an excellent question. We're running
was a
low.
great
We have
question.
6 minutes. We have a couple announcements to make, but we also have something very important. We have a wonderful person that is going to come on here, just talk for just a minute and tell us about a wonderful free veteran program that her non-for-profit is going to be bringing us. So hang tight there, Lauren. We have something very important here with a few announcements to announce. We have the Miss Robbins Free Spaghetti Dinner. This is a huge, very wonderful free spaghetti dinner for our military veterans and their families. And this is going to be Tuesday, May 27th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Andorra Banquet Hall. That's at 1112 US 41 in Cherville. It includes spaghetti, salad, bread, drink, and dessert. And again, it's a wonderful event. It's free for our military veterans and their families. We are so grateful for this wonderful event. It's Miss Robin. It is her spaghetti dinner, free spaghetti dinner for all veterans, Tuesday, May 27th, 5 to 7 p.m. at Andorra Banquet Hall in Cherville. Women, Veterans, and Families Day. This is for all veterans and supporters. Saturday, May 24th, 10 to 4. It's at the Ophelia Steen Center. The Ophelia Steen Center at 5927 Columbia Avenue, Hammond. Some of the sponsors, co-sponsors, Women's Veterans Groups, Home of the Trailblazers, TROV, The Rise of Our Veterans, Faithful Meals in Motion, Victory Place, Conscious Client Care, Supportive Social Work Services, LLC, and the North Township trustee, Adrian A. Santos. Free music, line dancing, raffles, vendors, family support. Again, Saturday, May 24th, 10 to 4 p.m., Ophelia Steen Center at 5927 Columbia. And then we also want to announce, and could you come on here just for a few minutes? Could you come on here? We have somebody very special who was on the show before. How are you? Come on over here. No, sit down over here.
You want me to
Sit
move?
down over here. Sit down over here. You can come sit over here. Put on a headset real quick. Headset. You can sit next to her. Okay. And this is Lauren Teal. And as many of you may recall, last year we had Lauren on the show with Joe Satkis. Lauren is from the Art Table. And Lauren's father, who recently passed, is a Vietnam veteran. And in honor of your father's life and his selfless service to our enduring freedom, Lauren is going to be offering a free veterans art class. You want to tell everybody about that, Lauren?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hi.
guys.
Put it
How's
up
it going?
there you
Can
go.
you hear?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yes. So the Art Table is pairing up and collaborating with Paradise Mototiki, which is located in downtown Hammond, right off of Fayette.
Okay. And we only have 1 minute. We only have 1
Wonderful.
minute. Yeah.
So we are going to be doing a free veterans class. It starts June 4th at 9 a.m. to 11, about that time. And we are going to be also accepting donations on May 28th at Paradise Mototiki. This is Aubrey Zelenka, and she has been doing great things, and we want to just make sure that we are giving back and in honor of our father.
Welcome to the show.
Yes,
Yes, thank you so much for this.
Yes.
This is a wonderful. I
Yes,
see
absolutely.
This is Paradise Mototiki, Mototiki. Starts June 4th, every other Wednesday. It's a free painting class exclusively for veterans.
Yes.
Okay. It's created to offer a space for creativity, connection, and healing. And each session includes a cup of coffee. This is at 489 Fayette Street in Hammond.
Yes.
489 Fayette from 9 to 10:30, and you're starting June 4th, and it'll go every other weekend. Correct. And this is in honor of your father.
Yes, Don Teal.
Yes, Mr. Don Teal. And
Yes.
we're going to have you on the show again in the summer, and we will talk more about Don.
Absolutely.
And as many of you will recall, Lauren helped with a wonderful community mural, a Munster Police Department Choice Community Council mural. And she honored her father with a little guitar because your father, Don, played the guitar.
Yes.
Kind of putting that up against a tree in the mural. So the Art Table, you got RSVP, right?
We do want you to RSVP,
Okay.
but if you happen just to walk in, that's also okay.
I will give people your email. It's thearttable1, numeral 1 at Gmail. Thearttable1 There's the numeral 1 at gmail.com. Thank you, both of you, for coming in, and thank you so much for this free, wonderful class. I'm going to stop by. I can't wait. I'll bring a few friends. Tell everybody about this free Veterans Art class by the Art Table, hosted by the Paradise Moto Tiki. Starts June 4th, every other Wednesday, starting June 4th, from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time at 489 Fayette Street. And thank you so much for, you can stay here for the end of the show. And we want to also just thank everybody, all of our wonderful contributors again, and especially Laura of Family Dental Care. We could not be more grateful for all of the wonderful services that you provide for our veterans, and also you're having a new store, a location
Yes.
at Evergreen Park. What is the location of that in Evergreen
It's
Park?
3929 95th Street
3929 95th.
in Evergreen Park, and that will open this summer.
And the grand opening will be announced. We will not keep us posted, and
Yes.
we will announce it.
But in the meantime, FamilyDentalCare.com. Come to any of our open 7 offices.
Wonderful. Everybody, thank you. We had a wonderful show, and we can't take a call right now. It's 10 o'clock. I'm so sorry. I apologize. If somebody was holding, I didn't know you were holding all this time. I was told there were no callers until Lisa was holding. So my apologies, and we'll just see you next Friday. And thank you, everybody, for being with us and for everything you do for our veteran community. So we'll see everybody next Friday. And this is the United States of America. Let's go out there, be kind, and be great. Hoorah.
Yes.
Yes.